The Architect of Dreams by Atlantean Astrology. In the world of tomorrow, there were no more limitations. Science had unlocked every mystery of the mind, and technology had achieved feats that were once considered impossible. In this future, people could design not only their homes or their careers, but their very lives down to the smallest details of their personalities, desires, and dreams. This was the work of the dream architects, specialists who guided individuals in creating their ideal reality, one that aligned perfectly with their deepest longings and visions for the future. In the world of tomorrow, there were no more limitations. Science had unlocked every mystery of the mind, and technology had achieved feats that were once considered impossible. In this future, people could design not only their homes or their careers, but their very lives down to the smallest details of their personalities, desires, and dreams. This was the work of the dream architects, specialists who guided individuals in creating their ideal reality, one that aligned perfectly with their deepest longings and visions for the future. Elias Valen was one of the most sought-after dream architects in the world. People traveled from all corners of the globe to sit with him in his serene, glass-walled studio, where he would use his extraordinary gift to help them shape the perfect life. Elias had the rare ability to see into people's hearts with profound clarity, unveiling truths they could not even admit to themselves. He was revered as a modern-day philosopher, a guru of the subconscious, someone who could illuminate the path toward a life of meaning and purpose. But for all the lives he had designed, Elias had never once crafted his own. His gift allowed him to understand others so intimately, to guide them toward the perfection they sought. Yet his own existence felt like a series of unanswered questions. In the deep hours of the night, when his studio was silent and the world outside slept, Elias often wondered if he had sacrificed too much. He had helped countless souls build their ideal lives, but had left his own desires buried beneath the weight of his work. One morning, as Elias was preparing for another client, a strange letter appeared on his desk. The envelope was unlike anything he had ever seen, crafted from a material that seemed to shimmer and change in the light, as if it were alive. There was no return address, only a single symbol on the front, an intricate interlocking knot that seemed to stretch into infinity. Curious, Elias opened the letter. Inside was a message written in an ancient script he could somehow understand. The time has come for you to answer the questions you have long avoided. Come to the place beyond dreams. There you will find the answers you seek. Elias felt a shiver run through him. He had heard rumors of the place beyond dreams, a mythical realm spoken of in hushed whispers by those who sought the highest truths. It was said that only those who had mastered the art of dreaming could enter, and within its ethereal halls, one would be confronted with the ultimate questions of existence. For the first time in his life, Elias felt unsure. He had always been the one asking questions, helping others to explore their deepest selves. But now he realized it was his turn to face the truths he had long avoided. With a deep breath, Elias closed his eyes and entered the dreamscape. The transition was seamless, like slipping into a warm bath. When Elias opened his eyes, he found himself standing in a vast, luminous chamber, its walls made of swirling light and shadow. The air was thick with possibility, and every step he took seemed to ripple across the fabric of reality. In the center of the room stood a figure, a tall, cloaked being whose presence radiated power and wisdom. The figure's face was obscured, but its voice echoed through Elias's mind with a resonance that shook him to his core. Elias Valen, you have arrived at the place beyond dreams, the figure said. Here you will be asked 5 questions. Answer them truthfully, and you will gain the wisdom you have sought for so long. But be warned, these are not mere questions. They are the keys to your soul. Elias nodded, feeling a mixture of anticipation and dread. The figure stepped forward, and with a wave of its hand, the first question appeared in the air before him, glowing with an otherworldly light. What makes you feel most alive? Elias hesitated. He had asked this question to countless others, guiding them toward their answers, but now he struggled to find his own. What did make him feel most alive? Was it his work, the feeling of helping others discover their own truths? Or was it something deeper, something he had long forgotten? After a moment he spoke. I feel most alive when I am connected to others. When I see the light of realization in someone's eyes, when I witness their transformation, that is when I feel truly alive. But there is more. I feel alive when I am alone with my thoughts, in the quiet moments where I can reflect on the vastness of existence. The figure nodded, and the question dissolved into the air. Another took its place. What is the best compliment you ever received? This answer came more easily. A woman once told me that I had given her the courage to live the life she had always been afraid to pursue. She said I helped her see that her dreams were not just fantasies, but possibilities waiting to be realized. That was the best compliment I ever received, to know that I had empowered someone to embrace their true potential. The figure remained silent, but Elias could sense its approval. The next question appeared, shimmering like a reflection on water. What do you wish people understood about you better? Elias felt a pang of vulnerability. This question touched on something deep, something he had buried for years. I wish people understood that despite all my knowledge, despite the way I help others, I don't have all the answers. I'm still searching, just like everyone else. I wish they could see that I'm not invincible, that I, too, have doubts, fears, and moments of uncertainty. For a moment, the chamber was silent, as if acknowledging the weight of his words. Then the fourth question emerged. What's your idea of a perfect day? Elias closed his eyes and envisioned the answer. A perfect day would be one where I am free from the burdens of expectation. It would be a day where I could walk through a quiet forest, feeling the earth beneath my feet, the sun on my face. There would be no agenda, no appointments, just time to be present, to reflect, to connect with the beauty of the world. And in the evening, I would sit by a fire with friends, sharing stories, laughter, and silence. A day filled with peace, connection, and simplicity. When Elias opened his eyes, the figure was closer now, its presence almost tangible. The final question appeared before him, glowing with a light that seemed to come from within his own soul. What is the best piece of advice you ever received? Elias smiled, the answer flowing from him like water. The best advice I ever received was this: trust the process. Life is not a series of problems to be solved, but a journey to be experienced. The path may twist and turn, but every step is necessary, even the ones that seem to lead nowhere. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The figure paused as if considering his answer. Then slowly it reached out and touched Elias on the forehead. In that moment, a flood of light and warmth surged through him, illuminating every corner of his being. He saw his past, his present, and his future all at once, understanding with perfect clarity how each question had led him here. He realized that the answers he had given were not just reflections of his own life, but universal truths that connected him to all of humanity. He had spent years guiding others, but in the end, the answers he sought were the same as those he had helped others find. As the light began to fade, the figure spoke one last time. You have answered the questions truthfully. Now you are free to design your own dream. But remember, Elias, the perfect life is not about control. It is about embracing the unknown, trusting the process, and finding joy in the journey. Elias awoke in his studio, the shimmering letter still in his hand. He smiled, feeling a peace he had never known before. For the first time, he knew that he didn't need to design the perfect life. he was already living it. He would continue to help others, but now he would also live for himself, guided by the answers he had found in the place beyond dreams.